Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another match preview. Today, I am joined by Tommy, um, who also takes part in the Blues Focus podcast. So I'll leave a link to all of their social media and their website in the description below. So yeah, our next game is Birmingham City away, and well, after our last performance, a 4-0 defeat against Norwich City, we need to bounce back, and I am pretty confident coming into this game because Birmingham, they have lost 4 out of their last 4 games, and our away form this season has been pretty good. If you have a look at the league table on away form, we're currently third place, 1 point behind Burnley. But yeah, we'll just start off with you. Can you talk us through your season so far?
Our season so far has been very up and down. It's been much of a roller coaster, which I didn't expect, to be quite honest. I expected the start of the season, I expected it to be catastrophically bad. So to at least be in with a fighting chance at the moment has been, helpful really for us fans really. But yeah, I recently we've not been in form at all. Yesterday we lost to Bristol City 4-2. We haven't won a game this year so far, so we really need to pick up some goals and get some chances made, and really need to, we need to start and get back into playing some proper football again because we've been playing some proper kick and chase football recently. Because we were playing some good football at the start of the season, and it seems to have disappeared recently.
Yeah, just going having a look at the league table on your form, currently in 18th place, but I think it's 8 wins, 8 draws, and 10 defeats, so it is
Hmm.
pretty even throughout, like all balances. But yeah, if you have a look at like West Bromwich Albion and Middlesbrough, they were both in the relegation zone, and then they just strung like 5 6 wins together, and they're in the top six now. So it is very very close in the all throughout the championship table, really. Um, is there any specific time in your games where you're at your strongest or most vulnerable?
Well, definitely most vulnerable is at any point in the game. It can change at any point. That's definitely one thing. I think when we're in our best form is when we're playing on the attack. We're very quick, we're very sharp. With the addition of Redicadra from yesterday, I feel like we can make some chances on the break. I feel like we get stuck in two minds a lot of the time, keeping the ball. I think we work well as a counter-attacking team, and I feel like we've got that ability to take it to a couple of teams in these next few games because, like I said before, we desperately need to win some games. So I'd say, yeah, any points in the game we can be vulnerable, but I'd definitely say our strongest points is definitely on the attack, on the counter attack.
Yeah, for us, it's probably well, certainly at home. I'm not really sure away because we are strong away, but I would say the first 15 minutes
Mm.
for us, that's when we concede quite a lot of goals, and also maybe the final 15 minutes, if it's a bit close, we tend to just go a lot defensively and try and hold out for a draw if that's the result with like 15 minutes remaining. But both of us conceded quite a few amount of goals recently, so not sure what it's going to mean for this game. It could just be a 0-0 draw because that's how we did start the season. We went on a really good run, keeping clean. Not sure how many it was now, but we equalled Chelsea's record with under Jose Mourinho back like don't know how long ago now, 9 years ago. We went on a really good run without conceding, but now it's completely switched around and we're conceding goals for fun. Um, is there any players that are currently on some good form for you, and any players that the Preston fans should look out for?
Well, I think in terms of players that maybe to look out for, probably are Redicadra, who we have bought in the last week. Was fairly impressed with him. Got a goal yesterday. Made some decent runs in behind. Looks like he could be a threat. Um, I feel like Scott Hogan on his day is a fantastic striker. He's very clinical when he's in front of goal. He's had a very good season, to be fair to him. Um, but at the moment, it's difficult to say what we can expect for them in the game on Saturday, because it's kind of like they're so inconsistent sometimes. You don't know which team you're going to get. We could get like the Juninho Bacuna, who's doing step overs and roulettes in the opposition's half, or we could have the Juninho Bacuna where we can't even string a 5-yard pass. So it's very inconsistent. But I'd say a lot of the players are incredibly talented and incredibly gifted ability wise. It's just the whether you're going to get them on that day. It's very inconsistent. We don't know. Obviously, there's things to be taken into consideration, of course, with like the amount of games they played and the potential exhaustion some of the players might be carrying, as well as some injuries as well, possibly. So that's also to consider. But I feel like if we're in form, we'll get a few. I feel like we'll do well on that day.
Yeah, probably a bit like us and our recent games. We've not been able to pass that well. We've been very sloppy. We take quite a lot of time to play a simple pass, and I think that is due to what one of our main midfielders, Benjamin Whiteman, he is currently out injured, but the manager is saying that he should be back soon. Also, we've got one of our main strikers out injured as well with a little injury. Ched Evans, he's on some really good bit of form at the age that he is at. He's running all over the place for the full 90 minutes. But we have signed 2 new loan strikers, Tom Cannon from Everton and Liam Delap from Man City. They did come on in the Norwich City game and they look good. Tom Cannon is definitely not afraid to take the defence on and have a shot no matter like where he is in the pitch, and Liam Delap's very, very quick. So those are probably our 2 main strikers at the moment, the 2 new guys. Just having a look at our most recent lineups, there's a few fans online that are questioning the manager's decisions at the moment. We know that we make a few weird substitutions in our last game. We, as fans, think that he took the wrong midfielder off, and he's playing a few players out of position and saying that we don't need to strengthen those areas when we clearly do. Coming into the score prediction now, as I said, this could be a very high scoring game considering both of our most recent games conceding a lot of goals, or it could be a very low scoring one. So it was a 0-0 draw last time we faced each other at the St Andrews Stadium. We did lose 1-0 when you came to us earlier on in the season. I'm going to go for a narrow victory for us, low scoring. I'm going to go Birmingham 0, Preston 1.
Yeah, I can see that happening in the reverse for us as well. I can't see us winning at the moment. It's one of those run of forms that we're in at the moment where we just can't seem to buy a win. We're not playing particularly well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we lost, to be quite honest. Preston have got a good history at our place. Yeah. Particularly the second last game of the season in 2009. That was heartbreaking, that was for us, because if we'd have won that game, we'd have gone up. We did eventually. We won against Reading on the last day of the season, but you guys got 2 late goals and stopped us from going up on that day. So that was annoying. So yeah, I can definitely see you winning, but I optimistically thinking, I think we can turn it around and get us a 1-0 win. So I feel like it will be a low scorer, only because I feel a lot of us can ship goals. That's definitely for certain. I don't think we can score many though. So I feel like there may be a few sitters on that day.
Okay, just finally, where do you see yourselves finishing at the end of the season?
I did think top half a couple of the games ago. I'm not too sure now. I'm gonna put us 15th, which sounds really boring and really pessimistic, but that's the way I see us finishing at the moment, because I don't think we're bad enough to get relegated. And I think if we do get relegated this season, that would be absolutely disastrous and so tragic as well, particularly after the start to the season we had, after everybody was writing us off. I feel like just, see to the end of the season. It's not going to be the fairy tale as some people might be thinking. We're not going to get playoffs. We were never going to get playoffs with this team. But it's staying up with this team in the situation we are, I feel like that's a triumph for us. And although it's a bit sad to say that, it definitely is, because any other team could easily fold and crumble. Derby definitely did, and so did Sheffield Wednesday. A couple of issues here and there. We're quite sadly, we're kind of like an expert team in all of this now, trying to survive in the Championship. So, I feel like we'll stay up again this season, though. So I'm going to go 15th.
Okay, yeah. Um, I saw a few people's full table predictions at the start of the season, and a few put Birmingham City to get relegated at the end of the season. They also put us quite low as well, considering that some put us 20th when we've never been that low. We are just that championship side, always going to mid table,
Mm.
always going to get roughly the same amount of wins and defeats. But yeah, we'll see what happens with this game then. Thank you very much for coming on. As I said, I'll leave a
Pleasure,
link
yeah.
to all of your socials in the description. Yeah, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.